you how much loss we are getting because of this particular sudden cardiac deaths. So today I hope that you all will get awareness regarding this sudden cardiac deaths and also how to take care of this. The resource person will be there here. You can interact with him and get all your doubts cleared. And once again, my thanks to the authorities for this support and my faculty colleagues for this program making it a grand success. Thank you. I request now Dr. Padmavati to give the introduction. Before that, I request my colleague Dr. Patharedi sir to give message to the students. I call upon my colleague Dr. Kalyani to come and occupy the seat on the dais at Department of Biochemistry.
Vice Chancellor, today's Chief Guest, and today's speaker, Swami Garu, President of this meeting, Vijay Nirmala Garu, my colleague Kalyani Garu, and your other faculty members and students. Today's topic is very interesting topic for all biologists. This is very interesting topic. How the heart is functioning and what are the ailments, what are the problems we used to get with the heart. And heart attack is not a sudden event, even though we see the symptom and without the indications, it appears to be a sudden death, but molecular events will be giving signals even earlier. So detecting those molecular signaling pathways, how to get, so the regular checkups is only the solution, but it is not possible to everybody to get regular checkups. Regular means how frequent? It's again a big question. Usually many people are aware to have regular checkups for every 6 months or 1 year. But sometimes 2 months, 3 months once are also necessary to detect some of the early molecular events happening. But it is not possible, it is not feasible for every ordinary human beings, and they cannot afford. So that's the reason why many people are losing their lives. This is a very critical situation, assessing heart, monitoring heart, assessing the health of cardiomyocytes lying with the heart. It's a little bit trickish. It's not an easy job. It's very complex job. Even to understand the cardiomyocyte molecular biology is very trickish, and a lot of things involved in that. They are not ordinary cells. As you know very well, when the cardiomyocytes join together, they jump, they start beating. So these are unique cells. To understand this is a big lesson for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable message. Now I request the head biochemistry, Dr. Kalyani, to address for 2 minutes. Good morning, Honorable Vice Chancellor and today's Chief Guest and all my dear colleagues and student friends. Today is a day to remember having an international guest lecture after COVID. So after COVID, we have been, during this COVID days, we have been listening to all the webinars, but right now we have the expert with us with whom we can interact directly after the session also. So please utilize this opportunity, listen to what he is saying, and students, you can also take this opportunity after your degree, MSc degree, so that you can pursue your higher degrees in PhD like that. And in the area of cardio and cardiac arrest, cardiology, and there are so many areas which you need to pursue in research. recently I heard that there are people, I mean, irrespective of the age, the heart size is enlarging. The heart size is enlarging, and there are so many reasons for all these things. And let us hear from this person, and I hope you all will get benefited, and let us have this. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Khaleni. Now I request my colleague, Dr. J. Balaji Chandramouli garu, to introduce our chief guest, Professor K. Padmaraj garu, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Nannayanewstv University.
Thank you, madam. Good morning to one and all. It's my privilege to introduce our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Padmaraj garu of Nannayanewstv University. Sir is having 30 plus years of teaching experience, both UG, PG, and as well as PhD. Sir is having 18 plus years of research, guiding, evaluating research scholars for their PhD degrees. Under the esteemed supervision of Sir, 13 PhD degrees have been awarded, and currently Sir is under supervision, so 3 research scholars under pursuing their research degrees. Sir has published almost 143 plus research articles in national, international journals and various conferences and international review. Sir hold different administrative positions like Principal, University College of Engineering, Autonomous, JNTU Kakinada, Director, Industry Institute Interaction, III Placements and Training, JNTU Kakinada, Director, Academic and Planning, JNTU Kakinada, Convener, University Academic Senate, JNTU Kakinada, Member, University Sport Council, JNTU Kakinada, NSS Advisory Board, JNTU Kakinada, Member, Central Library Committee, JNTU Kakinada, and Sir also holded other positions like Member for Andhra Pradesh Public Service Commission, Member for Academic Senate, Andhra University Visakhapatnam, Member AICT Southern Central Region Committee, Hyderabad, AICT New Delhi, Member Subcommittee on Ranking on Engineering Colleges in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Member BOS Member for Central University, Visayanagaram, and the Chairman for Stock Verification Committee of RGKUT, Rajiv Gandhi Institute, University of Knowledge Technologies, Nuzulu Campus, and Member for Special Task Force Committee, Government of Andhra Pradesh, verifying the engineering colleges for their implementing AFRC. With this remarks, sir, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Give you a valuable message.
Good afternoon to all of you. The President of today's function, Dr. Vijay garu, my colleagues, Dr. Bandareddy garu, Dr. Alayani garu, and today's distinguished guest, Dr. Swami K.G. Swami garu, Madam Jyoti garu, the crowd, my faculty members, and my dear student friends. Let us hear more from the guest from outside, from Lincoln University, Malaysia. We will be having a lot of also occasions to interact. But I want to tell you one important thing is, for this university, or for any other university, what is the differentiator is internationalization of education. అంటే ఈ యూనివర్సిటీ ఏ విధంగా యూనిక్ అని చెప్పాలి అంటే వన్ ఆఫ్ ది డిఫరెన్షియేటర్ ఏంటంటే హ్యావింగ్ MOUs with foreign universities. Our staff interact with the staff of the other foreign universities. Our students interact with the students of the foreign university. Our students and staff going there, and their students and staff coming over here. All this is a beautiful phenomenon. India being a very young country, I know. Very shortly, within another 8 to 10 years, everybody Among if you take 4 employees, 1% will be Indian in the entire globe. That is just because of the youth of the India. So all the students are requested to gear up for that. ఎక్కడన్నా సరే గ్లోబ్ పైన 4 ఎంప్లాయీస్ తీసుకుంటే ఒక ఇండియన్ ఉంటారు. ఆ ఇండియన్ షుడ్ బి స్టూడెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ యూనివర్సిటీ. That should be the motto. And this is one wonderful platform. Let us hear from this, as rightly said by the previous speakers. There will be a lot of untimely deaths, like even very recently Telugu hero Tarak Ratna died. ఇంకా చాలా పెద్ద పెద్ద వాళ్ళు, సింగర్ లైక్ ఎస్వి బాలసుబ్రహ్మణ్యం. అంటే ఆరోగ్యం అనేది ఎంత డబ్బులు పెట్టినా రాదు. The only thing is precaution is the best way. And I request you to take the advantage of the lecture what is being given. I wish at least a couple of students from you, boys and girls, to visit the Lincoln University for doing your PhD. That is my wish. And please work accordingly. You have to work accordingly. Then only you can achieve the goals. You have to set very high goals. At least you will reach marginal goals. Okay? Even the marginal growth will be very good for you. You should aim very high. Now, I don't know much about Malaysia, but I know about recently Taiwan. They had a wonderful policy, that is a new southbound policy, NSP. As part of this, they want to have association with Asian countries, Asian countries, and as part of that, they are coming in a big way to handhold the Indian students. Okay, there are a lot of avenues for you, especially engineers and scientists who works in science. Okay, so we have to tap that gap. That's very, very important. And anyway, I should thank personally Dr. K.V. Swaminathan. He is a wonderful person who is retired from, as a doctor, he retired from Andhra KGH and Andhra Medical College. After the last 17 years, he is working in Lincoln University, Malaysia. Malaysia అనగానే అందరికీ గుర్తు రాస్తుంది పెట్రోనాస్ టవర్స్. పెట్రోనాస్ టవర్స్ అంటే that's the economic hub of Malaysia. And ఎప్పుడైనా సరే, especially girls are here, please try to listen, material boys. దూరం వెళ్ళాలి అంటే ఆలోచించొద్దు. ప్లీజ్ కన్విన్స్ యువర్ పేరెంట్స్. మీరు ఎంత దూరం వెళ్తే అంత డెవలప్ అవుతారు. ఓకే, యాక్చువల్లీ ఇక్కడ ఒక లైవ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఉన్నారు. ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ మేడం హియర్ జ్యోతి. Please, all of you give a wonderful clap to her because here she is the first woman engineer in Andhra University Engineering College, and she retired as super engineer in GVMC Vishakhapatnam. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ ఆల్మోస్ట్ 70% అమ్మాయిలు కనిపిస్తున్నారు. You just take the inspiration that you can do. Okay? And at the same time, boys are there, sky is the limit for you. Opportunities rare వస్తాయి, వచ్చి అందుకొచ్చుకోవాలి. Okay? I request all of you, each one of you, please interact with sir, whatever doubts you have regarding further education or PhD or publication, whatever it is. Okay? And I should thank from on behalf of the Ucst University for your wonderful time here, sir. Thank you for your presence here, and I am eager to work with your university in Malaysia. మన యూనివర్సిటీ సాంగ్ ఎంతమంది విధానం తెలియదు, స్టార్ట్ అవ్వడమే చాలా ప్రెజెంట్గా స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది, చాలా ప్రెజెంట్గా ఎండ్ అవుతుంది. దాంట్లో నేను మీరు విషయం తెలియాలి, చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం కదా, తప్పులు చెప్పినా తీసుకుని వాసు గారు ఇస్తున్నారు, తప్పు మాట్లాడుతుంది సార్ అనొచ్చు. దాంట్లో ఆ పాటలో స్టార్టింగ్ ఏముంది తెలుసు మీకు? ఆనిమిత్యాలతో ఆచార్యవర్గులతో అనరాదే నా వాణి నివాసం. ఆనిమిత్యాలతో ఎవరు? మీరే. ప్లీజ్ ట్రీట్ దట్ యు ఆర్ లైక్ డైమండ్స్. ఓకే, వీ ఫీల్ లైక్ దాట్. మీరు కూడా నమ్మాలి. and please take the advantages of opportunities abroad. అదే పార్ట్లో మహేంద్రికి రాజసం ఈ యూనివర్సిటీ అని చెప్పి రాశారు. రాజసంగా ఉండాలి అంటే మీ యొక్క డెవలప్మెంట్ పెట్టే ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో ఐ విష్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ ఏ వండర్ఫుల్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్. డాక్టర్ స్వామి గారి యొక్క లెక్చర్ తోటి ప్లీజ్ guide us, sir. We are new to your field. Madam and other people may be knowing. I am completely electronics and communication engineering course. And definitely, whatever new is there, I will try to learn and I will take the advantage from your helping hand. And I should thank Dr. Vijay Garu and all the faculty members here for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your message. And I also would like to say here on slide that we have lost our colleague, Professor S.T. because of the cardiac arrest. And also the finance officer's son, who was newly married last 3 months back, he also has expired last. So many we are seeing live examples. So try to follow what was discussed. And thank you so much, sir, for spending your time and being with us. Now I request Dr. I.J. Padmavati to introduce the resource person, Dr. Swams.
Good morning to the dignitaries on the dais. It's my privilege to introduce our distinguished guest, a resource person, Professor Swami sir, who is currently working as a professor and HOD of Clinical Anatomy, Faculty of Medicine, and the Director for International Affairs for Lincoln University, Malaysia. He has a vast, versatile experience and expertise in clinical teaching and executive leadership in medical and medical education. He had his doctoral studies in biological anthropology, MS in clinical neuroanatomy, and a certificate course in cytogenetics and genetic counseling after having his basic MBBS medical degree in 1976. He has conducted vast research on herbal medicine, that is a comprehensive study of anti-hyperglycemic and anti-hyperlipidemic effects of Syncypalum tercificum, a fruit in streptozotocin and nicotinamide-induced type 2 diabetic rats. With a grant, prestigious Malaysian FRGS grant by MOHD, Government of Malaysia. He has also conducted research on craniofacial indices and the correlation of brain size with factors like age, gender, lifestyle, and IQ. He has published more than 65 research papers in high-impact, peer-reviewed journals. He is the recipient of a Certificate of Excellence from University Sultan Zainuddin Abidin, Malaysia Government University, for a consecutive of 3 academic years as a founder anatomist, establishing and developing a remarkable anatomy museum, dissection theatre and laboratory, achieving a big prestigious FRGS and URGS grants for research from Malaysian government MOE, conducting innovative and novel researches. He has guided and supervised more than 35 PhD scholars and many postgraduate students from different countries. He is a reviewer and international editorial board member of JSA. He is also a member and affiliated with professional associations like International Society for Horticultural Science, Boston, USA, Society for Medicinal Plant Research, Malaysian Association for the Study of Obesity, Nutrition Society of Malaysia, Indian Medical Association, New Delhi, Anatomical Society of India, American Association of Anatomists, and Malaysian Anatomists Association, Malaysia, and so on. He has got vast exposure in organizing research activities and extensive publication record, presented his research work at national and international conferences, mainly delivered a guest lecture in 62nd National Conference of ASI held at Regional Institute of Medical Sciences in Fall during 2011. He has the opportunity to meet father of plastination, the legend Dr. Gunther von Hagens. Dr. Swami sir has attended and held the positions as chairperson, invited speaker for many conferences in various countries like Malaysia, Canada, Japan, Singapore, China, Australia, Italy, Dubai, Thailand, New Zealand, and so on. Apart from these international conferences, he also participated in many of our Anatomical Society of India national conferences. With this brief note, I welcome you.
I request other faculty to join this felicitation. I request the dignitaries on the dais to felicitate our Honorable Vice Chancellor for sparing his health. Now I request the resource person, Swami sir, to respond.
Good morning, guys and girls. How are you? First of all, let me pay my grateful thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. K. Padmanabhan. So when I interacted with him day before yesterday, how nice he was. That was the first interaction with him. I do not know him, he does not know me. Even then, it shows his dignity, it shows his attitude, it shows his honorability. So I appreciate him, and so I promise you here on this platform, so we will continue this what you call the sharing of our knowledge, sharing of our students, sharing of our technology, and also we continue the guidelines of our memorandum of understanding. So, sir, so I promise you that we continue this, and so we take some of the projects, very important projects, international projects. Thank you. And everyone, for last 1 week or 10 days, so Dr. Vijay Nirmala did not allow me to sleep. She was pursuing. Sir, are you coming? Are you coming? So I selected one topic. So, okay, so please give some topic to our students to teach something else. So, she requested me. Then I told her, so of course, this is what you call it. So, I will talk on the intelligence quotient so that it will be so useful for the students so that they can uplift themselves the knowledge and something like that. No, sir, it will be better for her to give some, the discussion on the health point of view. Then she has selected the topic that is regarding the sudden cardiac death. That is what you call nowadays, it's the trending. Trending, of course, that's the very sad means a news for us, our country, not only country, so it is all over the world. That's why I'm very much thankful to Dr. So Vijay Nirmala Garu and also our department colleagues, Dr. Reddy Garu and other people. So I'm very much thankful to you. Of course, this is not new to me to come here. So previously I got the experience of coming here and carrying my bag with some of the sweet memories. And now I am very greedy that I want to carry some more the sweet memories from here in presence of Dr. K. Padmararu. So and his guidance. So I want to have this. I am very greedy. So that's why let us do that one. So finally, I say thank you to you students and the staff members and also Honorable Vice Chancellor and Dr. Vijay Nirmala. So we will start the topic as soon as we finish this. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you, sir, for responding. And the inaugural session is closed. Then lecture session will begin. Thank you.
phones, mobile phones, so that you can focus on the topic and also so I can also concentrate on that. Okay. So let me know what is the relationship between the brain and heart. Which is important? Heart or brain? Both. Okay. What about lungs? Not important. Even if you take away the lungs, you will be surviving? No. Then what? What about the spleen? Of course, you might be knowing some of the biological aspects of this, what you call a human and animal also. What about the spleen? Not that much important. Even if you remove the spleen, you can live. What about the gallbladder? Yes, you can live without gallbladder. Sometimes what happens, the gallstones, in the case of gallstones, and so these cholecystitis, we will remove the gallbladder. Then, what about the heart? So, if you remove the heart, can we survive? Not. And if you remove the brain, can we survive? Not. So then, in between two, heart and brain, which is important? Both are important. Yes, you are really correct. Why? Because there is a mutual understanding between these two organs. The heart has to send the blood and nutrition and oxygen to the brain. Brain has to send the stimulation and the signals and also the pulse, electrical pulsations to the heart. And after the evening, that means after 10 o'clock or something like that, you will sleep, you will go home and sleep. Is it not? Or otherwise, some of the people will wake up until 1 o'clock, it's okay. And some of the people will see some movies or something, chit-chatting and so WhatsApp messages, okay. Then, will the brain sleep? Never. The brain will never sleep. That means if the brain sleeps, means gone. We have already gone. And so that's why there is a mutual understanding between this heart and the brain. It supplies this blood supply from the heart. And one more thing, we are going to discuss mainly on the heart today. That's why let us know about the heart. The heart will supply each and every cell of the body with its blood. It means blood will be pumped by the heart. Is it not? Not only supplying each and every cell of the organ, every organ of the body, it will have to supply itself. Otherwise, of course, it's working hard. It also needs some blood supply, not some blood supply fully. And what is there in the blood? General question. What is there in the blood? Sorry? Oxygen. Where is the oxygen? Keep quiet. Where is the oxygen? Who is carrying the oxygen? Sorry? Red blood corpuscles. That's why you see the plants are there, the trees are there. They are releasing, taking. Is it right? Yes. Likewise, our body cells will take the oxygen and give the carbon dioxide. That is more important. That's why the oxygen should be carried through the the cells, that is the RBC, red blood corpuscles. So, heart will supply each and every cell of the body, and also at the same time it will supply herself. Otherwise, it will not survive. That's the problem here. That's what you call sudden cardiac death. Sudden cardiac death. That means suddenly, because of this, the loss of blood supply, we die. That means heart does not function if the blood supply is not there for itself. That's the issue here. So there's a sudden cardiac, cardiac death is the trending problem today all over the world, not only in India, not only in Andhra Pradesh, not only in Mahendrajamahendravaram, all over there. Of course, the reasons are many. That's why let us have. So I want to ask you. So please raise your hand who has not at all seen the doctor so far in his life. Anybody? Raise the hand who has not seen the doctor. That means our health is very important. Health is wealth. Without health, there is no wealth. You cannot study, you cannot do PhD, you cannot perform anything else. That's why you have to the diseases, communicable and non-communicable. Communicable diseases like, tell me one example. Communicable diseases. But general knowledge is, I am not asking about microbiology, not asking about biology. Sorry? Excellent, it's a very good example. Communicable, that means easily communicable, and it has taken away so the thousands, the millions of lives, is it not? But whereas the disease like heart disease, diabetes, obesity, hypertension, all these are non-communicable diseases. So, we may or we may not control the communicable diseases. But non-communicable disease like this, they are under our control. Please remember, if you maintain the healthy guidelines and regulations and the healthy diet and healthy physical exercise, you can keep up your health until 100 years. Believe me. That's why I want to give you some of the what you call the messages about the heart and how to keep your health, what are the guidelines, so on. Welcome, my dear students and staff. Yes, today, why should we discuss about the sudden cardiac? So why should we? So why should we discuss about the sudden cardiac death today? Why? Because it is a trending disease. It is taking away so many lives all over the world, and it's very dreadful also. See here. So, of course, nowadays, the students like you, youngster like you, may be thinking that the heart disease is only for the people, older people like me. But it's not that. It is not that. It is also possible in 18 years girl, 18 years boy, 4 years boy, everybody. So that's why please remember. So we have to take every care of that. That's why we have to study about that. You see here, this is from newspapers. I have taken this message. It is in the Andhra Pradesh, Kakinada, and somewhere in some other the districts and talukas. 18 years young girl, while you're writing examination, while watching the TV, the Avatar movie. So like that, so suddenly they die. That's why we have to know about the heart. We have to know about our heart. Okay. Epidemiology. So India has got the death rate of 272. It is more than that of the global average. And nearly 2/3 of the cardiac arrests occur as the first clinical manifestation. Of course, I want to narrate the signs and symptoms and precautions what we have to take about this what we call preventive measures. And please remember, most of these cardiac attacks are in the morning hours, Mondays, and during the winter months. Of course, there are reasons for everything. So you may ask me the doubt, why on Monday? And why on this what you call the winter season, why on the morning hours? So in the interaction session, so I will answer all the questions to you because the time is very short here. The South Indian study, it has proved that it is very progressively and so very fast. I mean what you call taking away the fast incident, increasing in incidents of the cardiac death. And annually incidence of the sudden cardiac death is 0.55 per 1 lakh population in India. The peak age of this, the 45 and 75 years, but it is not true. It changed already. Even 18 years girl or boy, if you do not keep up your health, the physical fitness and the diet and the good sleep, so every possibility is there for you to suffer from this disease. So it has contributed that sudden cardiac death 10.3% of overall mortality of the death. And one more thing, it's very, of course, it's very clear. The cardiac deaths are more in men than that of the women. Women are protected to certain extent, but don't be happy like that. Why? Because male are only people are vulnerable. No, women are also vulnerable. But as long as women are in fertile state, that is, there are some hormones in the woman, so they will protect from the heart attack. Yeah. So as I told you, these are all the lifestyle diseases. If you don't maintain properly the lifestyle and so these guidelines, you will suffer from obesity, you will suffer from diabetes, you will suffer from heart attack, hypertension, and so hyperlipidemia. This is what you call cholesterol, hypercholesterol. That is the shooting up of this cholesterol, total cholesterol. And sudden cardiac death, how can you define? Let's say cardiovascular cause that occurs within 1 hour of the onset of the symptom. Please remember, this is 1 hour. 1 hour onset is very important. Within 1 hour, if you can manage, that means if you meddle with the process, I will let you know there's a CPR, how to do and so what to do. You can save the life. You can save the life. That means we can stimulate the heart and we can make it to function again. And the sudden cardiac death is unexpected, abrupt, natural death from cardiac cause within 1 hour of the onset of the symptoms. What are the symptoms? Main symptoms: chest pain, fatigue, palpitation, and other non-specific complaints. The non-specific complaints are like the sweating, over sweating, and the pain shooting up to the left hand, and pain shooting up to the neck, shooting up to the back, and these are all, and vomiting, and also sometimes that means immediately urgency to go to the washroom. So like this, these are all the signs and symptoms of what we call the heart attack signs. So then, causes, what are the causes? Causes are of types. Over 35 years of age, that is coronary artery disease is what you call the major factor. Coronary artery disease. Heart, I told you that the heart has to send blood to that cell. So heart has got main 2 coronary arteries, right coronary and left coronary artery. These 2 arteries will supply the heart. So over and above the 35 years of age, these arteries will become very hard and it can hamper the flow of the blood supply to the heart. And under the 35 years, there are so many other varieties of the heart disease. It may be congenital, it may be genetically so structured, the cardiomyopathies, the heart muscle will, the disorder that is thickened, heart muscle is thickened, heart muscle is called myocardium. Myocardium, its name is, the muscle of the heart is called myocardium. And the congenital heart disease, hole in the heart, you might have heard, some of your neighbors or some of your friends or girls or something like that. So my daughter has got the hole in the heart, so they faint like that. That is congenital disease. That is called congenital disease. Hole means during embryology there will be hole before birth. But unfortunately, if it is not closed after birth, that hole will persist and it will what you call pollute the blood. That is oxygenated and deoxygenated blood will be polluted. That's the hole in the heart. Structurally normal heart. And sometimes the heart is normal, but the conductivity, I will tell you, this is heart not only having the blood supply, it is also having nerve supply, and it is also having electrical impulses, conducting system. So many things are there, and there are also valves for the heart in between the chambers. Heart has got 4 chambers. That is the right side. So heart is divided into 2. That is left-sided heart, right-sided heart. 4 chambers. Above the chambers are called atrium. Below chambers, that means under this line, they are called ventricles. So that's why it's actually normal, but the conductivity and the ion system that is disturbed. That is another anomaly. So anomalies, coronaries. That means coronary arteries, sometimes one of the arteries, I told you the right coronary artery, left coronary artery. One is unfortunately one artery is closed. The means what you call from the back that somewhere it's after some disorder. So that is anomaly. And myocarditis. And myocarditis is nothing but itis means inflammation of the cardiac muscle. Inflammation of the muscle of the heart. For example, you have taken the vaccination, is it not? Vaccination for COVID-19, or otherwise, I think almost all people have suffered from the COVID-19. Some are exempted, but most of the people have suffered. During that suffering, the COVID virus first of all attacked the myocardium, and it has left over that means itis, inflammation of the myocardium, muscle of the heart. That is what you call myocarditis, or what you call the myocardial infection or inflammation of the heart. And of course, these are the different causes. I told you coronary artery, hypertrophy of the ventricular myocardial, and the disease of the cardiac valve. Another disease is that sometimes you might have heard from your parents or from your neighbors, from your doctors that so my grandfather has got the valve replacement. Have you heard this word? Valve replacement. In between the atrium and the ventricles, there is one valve. That valve is what you call one way. That means the blood will come from the upper chamber into the lower chamber, and from the lower chamber it will never be allowed to go up. So that will be passed into the great vessel, the big vessel. Either it may be aorta or it may be pulmonary artery. So that is called cardiac valve disease, valvular disease, semilunar valve, tricuspid valve, and the pulmonary valve and mitral valve. These are the valves are there. That means valve means just like a door, one side, one-way door. That means it can go inside, but it will not come outside. Another one is the electrophysiological abnormalities. That is what we call the waves and electrical instability, sudden infant death syndrome. That is in case of the infants, very children. Sometimes there is no reason, but when you find tomorrow morning, the child will be found dead. That is what sudden infant, that is a death syndrome. And miscellaneous, so many other causes. These are the causes. Of course, these are the causes. I have shown you this is myocarditis and the hypertrophic, all those things. And this is the sequence. Prodromal symptoms. First of all, first stage, you have to notice this while in the stage of the prodromal stage. That means when the chest pain begins and the perfusion, that means what you call profuse sweating, and the pain radiating to the shoulder, pain radiating to the neck, or pain radiating to the back of the spine. That's another one stage, first stage. Of course, if you can find out the case in the stage, you are definitely able to save the case. And another stage is this, what you call the onset of terminal event. That means then after these symptoms, you will develop arrhythmia, hypertension, chest pain, dyspnea, lightheadedness. Arrhythmia, that means, so your heart will beat like that. How will be the heart beating? Lap tap, lap tap, lap tap. Is it not? How many times per minute? Excellent. Good students, madam. Your students are very good, very knowledgeable. Appreciate you. So, lap tap. But here this what you call arrhythmia means lap tap, lap tap, lap tap, lap tap, lap tap, lap tap. This is what you call arrhythmias. That means irregularity. Irregularity in the rhythm. Arrhythmia. Rhythm means it's a very sequence. That is irregularity. And sudden collapse. This is the third stage. Loss of the man is so effective. The man is, there is no consciousness. Loss of consciousness. So during this stage also we can save the patient. This stage also we can save the patient. This vertical, of course, if you cannot find the patient in this stage, it may continue to so minutes to weeks together without any, that means what you call coma. So during coma, the brain dead. So it is biological death. So it will be survived. So that's why we have to take care of the patient is under our control. And this reducing the risk, what you have to do is availability of AEDs, training of the population in basic life support, improved ambulance response times. So, Madam Vijay Nirmala, Madam, do we have this system of this what you call AEDs? That means what you call this external electronic automated external defibrillator. So I request your institution to keep ready this, because how many students are there in your university? So that's why, madam. So moreover, in Malaysia, what we do, every person working in every department, even if it is what you call the assistant or the lower class, whatever it may be, whoever it may be, you should undergo the training. That's what you call CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. What is it called? Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. So everybody should undergo this training so that you can save the lives. You can save the lives in emergency. It's not a big issue. It's very simple thing, simple training. So here there will be some centers also. They will give the training. So please, madam, please organize this one to give training to different populations like student population, employee population, something like that. So that it's very important that we can. This is not more than 10,000 rupees. That's it. Automated. This means external defibrillator. That means, and the patient is under the shock. Under the shock, this AED will stimulate the heart. The patient will be saved. So that's why that's very important. And also, not only that, I will show you some videos. Very recently in Telangana, a Shankar is a constable, and one person who is electrocuted and under shock, he was informed that Shankar was informed. Shankar ran immediately to the patient, so he made the patient to lie down on the floor, and he did this CPR. The patient survived. So that's why it's a very important issue in our life. And moreover, I will tell you, if you can save the life, there is no other greater pleasure than that of saving the life of a human being. Am I right? So if you save the life of a human being, there is the pleasure more than that. You will feel like that means Shankar was praised by so many officers, that is, what you call police officers. Likewise, to reduce the risk of this cardiac deaths, you can have the availability of the AED, you can give the training for the population for the basic life support, improved ambulance response. Madam, you need not buy the ambulance. So you can have the ambulance number, phone number and contact them, so you can ask them to be online like that. So whenever you are in need, and you see survival rate, you see 50% of the people you can save by doing this CPR immediately. If you can act immediately, we can save 50%. Okay, now of course I know that after my lecture you will ask me questions. Before that I want to ask you some questions. Please let me know how many are left-handed people here. Raise the hands, left-handed people. Okay, only few. Okay, so let me know who are doing the regular exercise every day, physical exercise. Don't try to lie. True people, very few. And let me know who has not so far not tasted the soft drink. Anybody? Nobody. So who has not tasted the junk food? No. Okay. Fully vaccinated against COVID. Many people. Okay. The people who have suffered with COVID. Many people, I guess, habit of hugging and kissing. We are it may be. I mean, it may be your sister, your brother, your father, mother, or boyfriend, girlfriend. We are it may be. What I say, it has got an importance. I am going to tell you, hugging and kissing has got an importance in our health building up. And habit, so the sleep at 10 o'clock and wake up at 5 o'clock. Anybody? No, I don't believe you. Okay, if it is true, I appreciate. If it is true, I appreciate. And skipping breakfast. Okay, that is also not good. Don't skip the breakfast. Okay, smoking. Be frank. Okay, alcohol. I know that we will not come forward, but anyhow, it has got its own influence on the health point of view. Yes, about the heart. How big is the heart now? It's a 12.96. Please remember, so the heart is just the size of your fist line. So that is the size of the heart. It weighs 250 grams in female and 300 grams in the male. And these are the basic things of the heart. Because if I don't explain to the people about the heart, first of all, you cannot understand what is the functioning of the heart, how is the heart functioning. So that's why that is the heart. And this is located in the thoracic cavity, that is the chest wall. This is the heart here. So mostly towards the left side. And so this is what you call, after removing the thoracic cage, the bony cage, this is the heart in the middle of the chest. And these are the lungs, either side. This is the thymus gland. This is the thymus gland. So this is the content, the heart, place of the heart here. Why? Because while you are doing this, what you call CPR, that means cardiopulmonary resuscitation, you have to remember the position of the heart. Yes, this is the original, the external features of the heart. That means outside, how do you see? The heart. And this is what you call, this is the front side, this is the back side of the heart. And these are the blood vessels. And here this is inside the heart. If you cut open the heart, you will be having, I told you, 4 chambers. Right atrium, right ventricle. Left atrium, left ventricle. So these are the 2 upper chambers, 2 lower chambers. This is the right side of the heart, this is the left side of the heart. And please remember that the right side of the heart is filled with the deoxygenated blood. That is what you call mad blood. The left side of the heart is filled with oxygenated blood. That is the good blood. Understand? Please remember these points, they are very much related. And this is how the blood flows. From the ventricle, it goes into the pulmonary trunk this here. And from the left ventricle, it goes to the aorta. Aorta is the good blood carrying to each and every part of the body. Aorta. So remember these parts. Remember this is aorta, this is the pulmonary trunk, this is the left ventricle, this is the right ventricle, this is the right atrium, this is the left atrium here. So, and where is the good blood coming from to the heart? Where is it coming from? Good blood. From? Yes, correct. That means bad blood is pumped to the lungs will be purifying the blood and it will send again to the heart, to the left atrium. So, left part of the heart. So, from there it will come down and then from there it will go to the systemic. That means the neck, head, neck, abdomen, everything, everywhere. And of course, this is what you call flow and this is what you call circulation. The systemic circulation, this is the pulmonary circulation, venous blood and arterial blood. One more thing you have to see here. So these are what you call the valves. Tricuspid valve. This is the bicuspid valve or mitral valve. In between the atria and ventricles. I told you that there is one disease about this valvular disease. That is the deformity of the valves. And these are the blood vessels. This is much more important here. What we are studying about that cardiac, the sudden cardiac death is due to the blockage of the blood to the supply of this heart. Because of the blockage of one of these arteries supplying the heart. These arteries, this is the left coronary artery, this is the right coronary artery supplying the heart. So one of the arteries narrowed, blocked with clot, narrowed with the fat, so the blood will not reach properly to the myocardium, the heart. That's why, so then there will be what you call the problem, the patient to survive. These are the blood vessels again. And you see here, here it is very much narrowed, and you see here, these are the plaques. That means the plaque of the fat. If the cholesterol is more, if you eat more fat, and if you are fatty, if you are having overweight, so these problems will arise and your coronary blood vessels will be narrowed or closed and your heart will suffer with the myocardial infarction. That is, myocardial infarction is a lack of blood to the myocardial tissue. And these are the blood vessels you see here. This is narrowed here. And this is normal artery, this is the narrowed artery. See. So, how these arteries are narrowed and closed. And this is the blood supply of the heart. And the important thing I told you, apart from the blood supply to the heart, the conducting system is also important. That means the impulse, the electrical impulse should be communicated to the each and every muscle of the heart. Otherwise, there will be heart block, that is called heart block. Do you know this means stroke means there are 2 types. Stroke of the heart, stroke of the brain. If the blood supply is not enough to the brain, we call it brain stroke. If the blood supply is not enough to the heart, heart stroke. Understand? So this is what you call conductive system, SA node, sinoatrial node. And have you heard about the pacemaker? pacemaker. Have you heard the word? Pacemaker is that. That means it will decide how much heart rate should be generated from the SA node. From SA node it comes to AV node. From this the bundle of his, from this Purkinje fibers like this, it will conduct the electrical impulse. The electrical impulse is means propagated, then only the muscle will contract. When the heart muscle is contracted, then only the blood will be pumped. Otherwise, so if it is not efficiently contracting, and the blood will not be pumped to the parts of the body. Understand? So here the conducting system, again there is a conducting system. And I told you, there is a coordination and cooperation between the brain and heart. So here, the brain system will send the parasympathetic stimulus from the brain, and then heart will be so means contracting. That's what you call. And again, this is the conducting system of the electrical system of the heart. And then you'll be seeing that you heard about the ECG, electrocardiogram, is it not? You might have heard. You see here, this is the ECG. This is the normal contraction. This is the premature ventricular contraction. Again, you see, when the conducting system is defective, then heart will not efficiently contract. Then the what you call the enough blood will not be pumped to the organs. This is what you call how ECG is recorded because of this electrical what you call impulses. And here again that's electrical. This is the ECG, normal ECG and abnormal ECG, very abnormal ECG. Of course, these waves are there, PQ, RS, T. So this is why you call the T wave. These waves are there. And this is what you call the man suffering with cardiac arrest. This is not abnormal, and this is the normal contraction. And this is the ECG again. This is the CPR. Please keep your attention here. CPR, that's a cardiopulmonary resuscitation. With this process, you can save so many patients. You can save so many patients. This is the first step is check for the carotid pulse. You keep here, so in the center of the throat, here, this is the center of the throat. Keep your two fingers on the side of this trachea. This is the middle line. And go deep. You will feel pulsations. Definitely. So before you go to the doctor, you can test yourself. See here, this is what you call the elevation is there. You keep your fingers deep, posterior, that means backwards, and you will feel pulsations. Are you able to feel or not? Don't think that if you don't feel that you are not alive. Okay? So, because of it, this is your wrong keeping of the fingers. Understand? So, if you okay, so that is what is called carotid pulse, and the CPR. And I told you that there is a thoracic cage here. This is what you call the sternum. What you call this bone is here, the sternum in the central bone. And the central bone has got the lower part and upper part and middle part. And in the middle, what you have to do doing this CPR, you have to select that middle part of the sternum. Otherwise, if you go lower, there is a small bone deep sternum that will be broken. Then instead of doing some good to the patient, you will do bad to the patient. That's why don't do like that. And moreover, there is some pressure while you are doing this compression. There is some pressure. And if you apply the pressure only, then chest will go down and come up, go down and come up, like that. So I will demonstrate so many examples are there. That is what you call CPR. You have to follow the rules, and that the compression should be at least 2 inches into the person's chest and 100 to 120 times per minute. That means, so every second, 2 times you have to compress. 2 times you have to compress. I will demonstrate. So there are some demonstrations. This is about police constable. I have told you, Center, Mr. Center. And then you link. No, select, right click, and right click and select.
It's a link actually. Let her come out of the slide mode. Presentation mode is bite pictures.
Bring the cursor onto that. Any technical people? Video play. Yes, come. Open. Keep and so Now you see this how he is performing the CPR. Sound.
కరెంట్ షాక్ తగిలి అకస్మాత్ స్థితిలో ఉన్న వ్యక్తికి విధుల్లో ఉన్న కానిస్టేబుల్ శేఖర్ బాబా సిపిఆర్ చేసి ప్రాణాలు పుచ్చుకుంటారు. అనంతరం మరొక చికిత్స కోసం స్థానికుల సహాయంతో ఆసుపత్రికి తరలించారు. ట్రాఫిక్ కానిస్టేబుల్ శేఖర్ బాబాను స్థానికులు సమయస్ఫూర్తి పట్ల పలువురు ప్రశంసలు కురిపిస్తున్నారు.
See how he is very briskly struggling to save the life. Finally, he has saved his life because everybody praised him. So that's how the CPR is done. Next slide, please. Next slide. So these are all the steps. Dear students. The steps are DRS, doctors, ABCD, doctors. So before you were ready to do the CPR, you must remember about this D. D means any danger is there at that site. You have to observe like this. That means the site is okay, safe for him and safe for us also. Then that means R. So resuscitation also R. You have to select what you call the place where you have to do the stand, how to stand. That means safety you have to see. K means airway you have to see. Airway means what you have to do is the patient, you have to lift the chin like this. You have to lift the chin like this, open, then the good airway. Afterwards B means breathing is correct or not, that's whether he is breathing or not. So if he is not breathing, immediately start what you call the CPR, the cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Breathe. Next time. And of course, some people may be very much having the fears. Oh, what happens if I do something? I may do some danger. Do some harm to the patient instead of doing good. Don't fear like that. First of all, life is important, more important. You see how you keep the fingers. That means you have to select this what you call the heel of the hand. You keep in the chest and lift the fingers like this. Under hand you have to keep under hand, and you have to keep the hands like this, straight, very straight. Don't bend like this. There will be some demonstration here. I will show you. This is very important step. You see how she is. The means of trying for the what you call the breathing. How so means the airway is good or not. She is observing whether breathing is there or not. And of course that is one instrument. She can do the mouth to mouth respiration. Sometimes if that instrument is not there, you have to keep your mouth into the patient's mouth and then cover that, and you have to give the artificial breathing. Then you can save. Please. You see, here is a very good demonstration how to do this one. Open. Yes. Okay. From the beginning. From the beginning. Sound. Sound. See here, this is the
Private survey,
sound.
you find someone who is unresponsive and not breathing normally, call for help. Ask someone to call 999 or 112 and ask them to bring an AED if one is available while you begin CPR immediately. If you're on your own, make a call yourself, ideally by using a mobile on speakerphone so that you can begin CPR as soon as possible. You will need to start with chest compressions. Kneel down beside the guy's chest. Place one hand center of the chest and place the heel of the other hand on top and interlock your fingers to lift them off the ribs. Make sure the calf is arms straight and press down on the chest to 5 to 6 centimeters. Release the pressure. Allow the chest to come back up without removing your hands from the chest.
Okay, slide it, the next slide is here.
You be tested here for the chest compressions at a rate of 100 to 120 beats per minute. This is quite fast. To help you keep pace, you can sing Staying Alive.
Please observe how he is doing.
After 30 chest compressions, you need to give rescue breaths. If you have not been trained or unwilling or unable to give rescue breaths, continue chest compressions only until help arrives or the catheter becomes responsive. To give rescue breaths, make sure the airway is open by tilting the head back with one hand on the forehead and 2 fingers under the chin. Pinch the soft part of the nose and allow the mouth to fall open. Take a deep breath and seal your mouth around theirs. Blow steadily into their mouth, giving a resting breath in about 1 second. Their chest will rise. Remove your mouth from theirs and watch their chest fall. Give them 2 resting breaths like this. Continue to alternate 30 chest compressions and 2 rescue breaths. If someone can help you perform CPR, you can swap over every 1 to 2 minutes with minimal interruption to chest compressions. If there's someone there who can help, if they have brought you AED, ask them to turn it on and follow the instructions while you continue CPR. Continue CPR until emergency help arrives and takes over. Because it starts to show signs of becoming responsive, they start breathing normally, or open their eyes, or you become too exhausted to.
So how long you will be doing the CPR how long the means you have to do until the rescue team comes, that is the vehicle or any doctor, any team. So that means the team with the nurses, all the skilled people come, you have to do this what you call CPR. So cardiopulmonary resuscitation, so that we can save the patient. And so that is a very good procedure. So we can, with that, so we can save 50% of the people who are in risk. And it's very easy to learn. And everybody should be there, should have the touch in this process. Why? Because the tomorrow, it may be in our the premises, in our house, or in our anywhere. If you go to the supermarket or if you go to the shopping, if anybody knows the CPR, that means you should come forward and should do the save the patient. That's how that means helpful to the community. That means every human being should learn this process. So the prevention of coronary heart disease, that means these are the main points: dietary, nutrition, and exercise, physical exercise, the body weight, maintain the body weight, tobacco, that means stop smoking. If anybody is smoking, please stop smoking. That's much more dangerous than any other alcohol or any other habit. That's why smoking is very dangerous. And lifestyle modifications. These are the lifestyle modifications you have to follow. Eat healthy, balanced diet. I know, so now I have asked you what you are eating. Burger, or some KFC, or McDonald's, or something like that. Or otherwise, what do you call it, drinks, soft drinks, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, something like that. That should not be your habit. And be more physically active. That means, so every step you put in the daily life will be helpful to your body, your health. Please remember, how many steps you put per day or per week, it will be much helpful to your health. Give up smoking, reduce your alcohol consumption. Reduce means that does not mean that alcohol is allowed. It's not at all good habit. But sometimes some people will be saying that to divert or to relieve, that means that avoid the stress and strain, they will take the alcohol. That's not good way. The mind to relieve from the stress. There are so many other methods I will show you. Keep up your blood pressure under normal control. Keep your diabetes, sugar. Keep your prescribed medicine and maintain mental health. That means the physical health is not a complete health unless otherwise the mental health is there. That means without mental health, even though you are not having the diabetes, you are not having hypertension, you are not FT, that means fatty, overweight, that does not mean you are healthy. The mental health should also be there. You must be having your peace of mind. Otherwise, that is not a complete health. The definition of itself is complete health means physical as well as mental health. See here. So this is 7 tips for this physical boosting our heart health. First of all, don't smoke. So stop smoking and physical exercise. So there are some guidelines. So how to moving. So at least 30 to 60 minutes every day. That walking is important. Even at either evening or morning, whatever it may be. Eat heart healthy diet. So as I told you, don't take the junk food. So you take the healthy food, cereals, and also the means what called the seeds, and avoid salt, sugar, much of salt, sugar, and processed carbohydrates and alcohol, and so maintain a healthy weight. That means sometimes some people, I ask you now, the skipping of the breakfast, that is not the way of what we call getting rid of our weight. That's not the way. Take the regular food, control your food, and so regularize your habit of taking food, regularize your habit of sleeping. Then only your health will be perfect. And moreover, if you don't have all these things, that means the health, good health, you cannot concentrate on your studies. That means you may be feeling that why I am not able to remember, why I am not able to remember in the examination this answer like that, means that is only you are not having good health, you are not concentrated, get good quality sleep. That means I told you, that means at any cost, you must have at least 7 hours per day sleep. Everybody should have 7 hours minimum. But during examinations, I know the students will wake up, will be studying until 4 o'clock in the early morning. That's not good habit. If you go there in the examination at 6 or 9 o'clock, you will not remember, you will not recollect anything. That is not a good habit. Have the good sleep. Manage the stress. Some people with the stress in unhealthy ways, as overeating, drinking, smoking. So why are you smoking, my dear man? The patients come to me and I ask him, why are you smoking, my dear? The Venkatrao? He said, no sir, I am suffering from stress condition. So is it the way to so means the relief of this stress? No, so many ways are there. That's why there's ways to the means to alleviate from the stress. The physical activity, relaxation, exercise, meditation help improve health. Now, these are the feel-good hormones. So I told you the mental health is also very important. Means as important as the physical health. So there are 4 hormones in the secreted from the brain. When you walk, the hormone is secreted. When you take the reward, when your teacher praises you, when your professor praises you, you will be having secreting the hormone. That's what you call the happy hormone. And when you hug and kiss, there will be secretion of the hormone. So like that, that means that the meditation will also give a lot of what you call benefit of these feel-good hormones. These are all the happy hormones for dopamine, oxytocin, endorphin, and serotonin. Serotonin while you are walking, that's the means of doing exercise. Dopamine, that's when you are rewarded or when you are praised. And also, of course, now today I am here, so among you, here in front of you, I am having some pleasure, happy hormones. Why? Because so you are all listening my lecture. I feel happy. That's why I will also have some secretion of the hormones in my brain. So that's how you have this. You utilize this dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. These are all the hormones. Don't forget, these are all there in everybody's brain. Don't think this hormone is not there for me, not there for me. So that hormones you make utilize this. Be happy with these hormones and get regular health screenings. I mean, this is not much so difficult. Nowadays, there are primary health centers, there are some general hospitals, this everywhere, and also some the free services like some people are also there doing the free service because it's in Visakhapatnam we have the Papa Home. Papa Home means the police and public, the means the home for the street children. They will bring all the children who are there in the streets without any means orphan people. So now every week I go and check up, and so I have the pleasure of doing some service to the children. And so I have conducted there in the park for the 150 children for the mega health camp, check up and distributed the medicines. That's one way you donate something, you do some service, and if anybody old people are going on the road, help them to walk. So like that you help. So make a habit of helping and serving the public. So by that you will also be benefited. Don't think it is only so not much useful. It is useful only. So blood pressure you can keep control, you can check up, and so blood pressure operators are there available. So you can buy one and so you can check the blood pressure yourself. No need to go there. Cholesterol levels, and so that means hypercholesteremia. That means more cholesterol is there in your body, in the blood. So the blood vessels will be blocked. And about the diabetes, means don't think the diabetes is only the disease of the elderly or senior citizens. It is also the disease of the adult also. So that's why please keep an eye, watch of this one. Genetic screening, and this is what you call. So sometimes there will be a genetic element so many what you call doing the harm to the heart. And these risk factors for this genetic factor, and so the cardiac heart disease risk factors, arrhythmias, nutritional diseases. Psychological factors are also there, biomarkers. Psychological factors, there are very much means what you call in the society, poor people, economically backward, and some what you call otherwise backward, so also they will be having some issues. That's why you have to, the means what you call, come over there for risk factors, that means non-mediated, and this male gender genetic factors are there, hypertension, diabetes, all these things you have to check, make hands, so what you call, the check on that. So, what are the investigations you have to do? Is what you call cardiac enzymes, you drop it. If you consult the cardiologist or the general physician, sometimes some advertisement will be there, what you call, to total whole body checkup, but this is so much, so much. So, if you are young, you must undergo this what you call the checkup, health checkup at least yearly once. If you are above 40, yearly twice. If it is above 60, yearly thrice. Like that, we have to undergo these investigations and checkup. Of course, this cardiologist will do the imaging, ECG, signal, all these things will check up. So thank you each and everybody for listening me patiently. Thank you very much. Now it is your time to question. I have asked you questions. I have bored you 1.5 hours. Now you can ask any number of questions and any type of question. Or otherwise, shall we have a session in the afternoon? Student center circle. Yes, yes. Sorry?
Say louder.
Please stand up and otherwise you can sit and ask. Yes, ma'am. Sorry? Yeah. Okay, so there are medications. Of course, it depends upon the etiology of the speaker. And so it depends upon the condition. That means under what condition. Of course, we think as much as possible that is only because of the blockage of the blood vessel, clot. For clot dissolving, there are some injections, the medicines, heparin, or otherwise some tablets, sorbitol, that is the vasodilator. Some medical medicines are also there, but it is later. First of all, you have to make the heart to start beating. Without start beating, so whatever you give, it is not useful. Okay? And while you are transporting that, then the patient, after reviving, then you can give the medicine. Okay? Any questions, please? No, I am very friendly. Don't feel shy. No, not like this. I will go to them. Yes? Any questions? Oh, very nice. Very nice. So she is asking, so why left-handed and right-handed people? The means, please sit down. I will explain to you. Of course, this is actually not related to the heart, it is related to the brain. The means, brain has got two hemispheres, two halves, left half and right half. Usually, in the right-handed people, the means, the left half of the brain is well developed. in the left-handed people, right half of the brain is well developed. That's why because the left side of the brain will control the right side of the body, and the right side of the brain will control the left side of the body. And usually for 94% of the people, the right side of the brain is well developed. That's why it is a difference. You are left-handed, you are ventricle. Okay? Anybody? See you I'm very. Good question, very good question. Very good, very common question. How to differentiate of the heart origin pain from that of the gas pain? Some people will suffer from the gastric problem, that means hyperacidity. So, these people, you see, if that is the heart pain or gastric pain, I told you that examine the carotid pulse. Pulse should be regular. Pulse should be within 80 beats per minute, and if it exceeds 100, that is called tachycardia. So if it lowers down the pulse below 50, that is called bradycardia. That's why in the gas pain, the irregularity of the pulse will not be there. And in the gas pain, sweating will not be there. In the gas pain, radiation will not be there, radiating to the left hand or radiating to the means what you call the left neck. So these are all the points. Moreover, the history of the heart complaint, the history of the gas complaint will also be there. But because why you are asking about the consciousness patient, is it not? That means when the patient is conscious, how to differentiate? That means the patient may be in confusion whether to run to the hospital or not, whether it is a heart problem. You can palpate the pulse, see the regularity, that is the rhythm, and also that the count, pulse count. That means if it is below 100, below 90, you are good. It's not a heart complaint. If it is a heart complaint, there will be tachycardia. That means the rise of the pulse. Pulse will move. Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Okay, anything else? Right. Okay. So this is called radial pulse. Here you see the wrist. At the wrist, this is called radial pulse. Here it is the neck, it is the carotid pulse, carotid. This is the carotid artery. It is coming from the heart directly. You see, you are able to palpate it. You keep your two fingers, that means the bone, the middle bone in between two fingers. You push your fingers deep, and so you will palpate both the sides, carotid pulse. Don't push much, you will stop your
Will there be any signals before day that we are going to get proved, we will be proved to this stroke? Is there any signals, minor signals, which can be detected? Though it is, which we can identify that tomorrow we are going to have some problem in our heart. Is there any signals like that, minor signals or symptoms? which we can identify?
Yes, really, it's a very good question. Why? Because means what? Just now I told you prodromal symptoms. Prodromal symptoms. That means before getting the seeds, there will the symptoms which we observe are called prodromal symptoms. That means palpitation, palpitation. That is what they call gunde dada, dab 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 dab. So that is one symptom, palpitation. That is one symptom. And over sweating, that means even if you sit under the fan also, your sweat will not stop. It will be sweating, sweating, sweating. And tightness of the chest. The chest, in the chest, there will be very tight, very tight. That means that you are not able to breathe properly. You are not able to breathe properly. And sometimes what happens, as if somebody is pressing over, your chest like that. So these are all the very discomfortable symptoms. They are called prodromal symptoms. You're right. Sometimes what happens, that's what you call the angina, the pain in the chest. This is what you call angina, pain in the chest. That appears and goes away. That's very simple, very small. But anyhow, in that time, that means you need not worry. You have to check up in later days. That means tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you take some 2 or 3 days, and you can go to the doctor and you can have the full checkup. Then it will be clarified. So that means eliminated. So like that. Right. Whatever it may be, veg, non-veg, whatever it may be, the idea of the taking the diet is not to take much of the fats. So that means the saturated fats. And fish, as much as the fish you can take. Why? Because the fish has got the cardioprotective enzymes. That means it is already research done. That's what we call the people who are living by the side of the sea. They don't get much of the heart attacks. Why? Because they have the habit of eating the fish. So they don't have that what we call the much incidence of the heart attack. So,
What about the heart attacks during morning or Mondays and
okay. So, of course. So, Monday, so what happens, Saturday, Sunday is the weekend. Weekend, very busy hour. You'll be doing and so dancing and so going to party and so chit-chatting and so enjoying with the people, relatives and so. That's a busy day. That means you don't understand. So what is going tomorrow like that? You'll have some leisure. You enjoy, try to enjoy. So in our enjoyment there will be a stress again. There will be a stress. During winter, the blood vessels will be constricted automatically, and so possibility is much more during the winter.
Morning time, sir.
Morning is right. So if you wake up, what happens, when you take rest, after rest also, this is the heart will be very fast when you wake. And moreover, all of you, I tell you, so one concept has come. So when you are waking up for the urinals, that means that during the night time, midnight at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, that means immediately after getting up the bed, don't run away to this toilet. Please sit on the bed for some time, 3 minutes, and so you just do some rubbing under your the calf muscle, back of the muscle, and open your eyes. Be conscious and go slowly to the toilet. Otherwise, there will be some people so fall down and so some heart attack. That means the brain will not have blood supply immediately. Means it takes some time, 3 minutes. That's all. Yes. One question?
Basically, right-hand people are sir.
Sorry?
Right-hand people. Right-handed people. రైట్ హ్యాండ్ పీపుల్ వాళ్ళు ఆ ఫంక్షనింగ్ ని ఆపోజిట్ గా లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ కి యూజ్ చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటే బ్రెయిన్ మీద కానీ హార్ట్ మీద కానీ ఎఫెక్ట్ పడుతుందా?
ఎఫెక్ట్ ఏమి పడదు. తర్వాత ఏమవుతుందంటే మీరు దాన్ని ఇట్లా ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మేషన్ చేసుకునేటప్పుడు ఆ డెవలప్మెంట్ ఆల్రెడీ మీకు బ్రెయిన్ లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ బాగా డెవలప్ అయిపోయింది కదా ఆల్రెడీ. ఇంకా ఇప్పుడు దాని ఎఫెక్ట్ ఏమి ఉండదు. మీరు యూజ్ చేసుకుంటే కొంతమంది ఉంటారు సవ్యచాచి అని 2 చేతులతో ఆడతారు కదా. సో వాళ్ళకి ఏమి ఎఫెక్ట్ ఏమి ఉండదు. ఆల్రెడీ లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ద బ్రెయిన్ ఈజ్ ఆల్రెడీ డెవలప్డ్. ఈజ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్డ్ జెనెటికల్లీ ప్రోగ్రామ్డ్. ఇప్పుడు మీ ఎంబ్రియో ఫామ్ అయినప్పుడే చిన్నప్పుడు జైగోట్ ఫామ్ అయినప్పుడే మొత్తం అంతా ప్రోగ్రామ్ అయిపోతుంది దాంట్లో జెనెటికల్ గా. ఏం సార్ అంతేనా? జెనెటికల్. సో అదే. Okay, so they're happy. I'm very happy. It's a feast for me today with you to spend the time. Thank you very much for all.
Very good afternoon to one and all. Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful lecture. And really, practically, you have shown us how to rescue a person. And I think my students have got benefited. If you have any more doubts, sir will be available here only from 4 o'clock also. You can have interaction with sir. So don't hesitate. If you ask any doubts you have. And my sincere thanks, sir and madam, for really sparing your time and coming over here. Vote of thanks by Dr. Murli Mohan, sir.
Very good afternoon, Ananda. It gives me a great pleasure to propose a lot of thanks on behalf of Department of Life Sciences, Nannayanewstv University. I thank to start with Dr. Madani Garu for explaining about cardiomyocytes and Dr. Kalyani Garu for highlighting the today's post-COVID seminar, especially offline and face-to-face interaction with the sir, and also mentioning about heart size aspects. Principal Madam, Dr. Vizinabha Garu, for providing very good data on cardiovascular diseases in a global data. And also, thanks are also due to Vice Chancellor sir, especially giving a very good message to all the students for getting up for global opportunities and highlighting the importance of doing a very good hard work for achieving their dreams. And last but not least, I profusely thank many thanks are due to Professor Dr. Swami sir for providing a very elaborate lecture on starting with the basic functioning of the heart, epidemiology, the chronology, which includes progression of heart diseases, various risk factors, and what are the main symptoms, especially we feel, and what are the CPR. The CPR, sir, actually we have not yet seen any kind of this kind of demonstration so far. We have our CPR, but today it's very good opportunity for every one of us to have gone through this process of CPR. And of course, lifestyle modifications one needs to make throughout their life. And of course, the mental health is not to be forgotten, very one important aspect. And various kind of investigations one has to go through if they feel like any these kind of symptoms or risk factors, if they feel like that. So thank you very much, sir. I request everyone to give him a big, very big hand. And last point, we have also participated ceremonies. Everyone in this sitting in this room, sir. I like you. We also got ceremonies, sir. By providing a very good law, sir. Thank you.
Only 1 minute. Sir is the Director of International Affairs in this university. So maybe 5-6 people can approach Madam. She will arrange a meeting in the evening, sir, about opportunities in Malaysian Lincoln University. You can give names to Madam Vijayanatha Madam. Evening maybe 10 minutes interaction she will arrange with Swami sir. Okay? Not many people, 5-6 people. Those are seriously interested in research. Just Sardaga Chodam, Rai Chodam, if you have any serious interest, you can give names to madam. She will arrange a meeting, small, short interaction, 10 minutes interaction with sir.